Right now at 6, health officials explain how to detect whooping cough and expect heavy traffic as many head out of town for the long holiday weekend.
Watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski. Emily is off. An investigation is underway for a fatal shooting in Eau Claire. According to police, authorities were called to the 400 block of Gilbert Avenue last night around 6:30 for a welfare check. Officers on scene found a woman dead with multiple gunshot wounds. She's now been identified as 56-year-old Michelle Jenkins. The police department is asking anyone with information about the incident to contact them at the number on your screen. A pilot is rushed to the hospital after a plane crash in the village of Strum this morning. According to the Trempealeau County Sheriff's Office, just after 11:30 a.m., dispatch received a call of a crashed aircraft at Bryan Memorial Airport. First responders determined the ultralight aircraft lost power shortly after takeoff. An attempted emergency landing led to the plane striking the top of trees and crashing. The pilot was airlifted to a local hospital, and their condition is unclear at this time.
Well, after a wet and stormy Thursday evening, Friday has been truly pleasant conditions as dry air begins to push into the area, and that's just the start of a great weekend right now. But overall, we're still in the mid-70s, but you'll feel the dew points, less humidity out there, especially throughout this evening, getting back to 65 degrees. Clear skies at La Crosse, very similar type of conditions, dropping back into the 60s for Eau Claire. Once again, the dew points will be falling off too, so you'll feel that out there. Otherwise, we have a few clouds out there, mainly just the south and east, a little bit of a cumulus clouds up to the north. That should all push east or dissipate as the sun sets. Otherwise, the big picture is that front has pushed off to the east, ushering this much more pleasant air mass. And we even got cooler temperatures up to the north that we might see later in the weekend. So overnight, we're going to get back to where we kind of more should be in the 50s with a few upper 40s potentially. Clear skies, no issues. Now, if you look at the past, Labor Day, which last year fell on the 4th, we are certainly not going to be anywhere close to last year, and I'll break down where we'll actually be like one of those years a bit later in the broadcast.
I was going to say 98 last year.
That was La Crosse. Eau Claire was 97.
My goodness.
So definitely hot last year.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Greg. Well, a highly contagious respiratory virus has been detected in Eau Claire County. The county health department says several cases of pertussis or whooping cough have been identified. It starts with a low-grade fever, runny nose and cough, which then worsens over a week, leading to breathing difficulties and/or vomiting. The illness may include a high-pitched whoop sound when inhaling after a coughing fit. It's especially dangerous for infants or young children who have not been vaccinated before.
Parents should be more heightened when they start to realize that maybe their child's cough isn't going away, and then they need to be seen by a provider.
Early antibiotic treatment can reduce severity. The health department says that pregnant individuals and those who will be around infants should stay current on pertussis vaccinations. An addiction recovery group is thanking La Crosse law enforcement with a free meal today. The peer support group Mung to Mung hosted its first ever lunch for public service workers. It wants to desensitize the stigma between law enforcement and active users. One organizer says the lunch is a good way to thank city workers who have played a role in their recovery.
In some weird way, we appreciate their services for doing their job in arresting us in the first place, which birthed the road to recovery.
Thank you for your service.
Mung to Mung has about 20 members. They plan to serve upwards of 500 public service workers today. The lunch included rice, egg rolls, and Asian sausage. With Labor Day giving many a 3-day weekend, Wisconsin's Department of Transportation is reminding people to be safe when hitting the roads. News 8 Now's Allison Fergit spoke with Wisconsin State Patrol about what travelers should be aware of over the next few days. Good evening, Allison.
Ken, Labor Day weekend is seen as the last major weekend of summer, and travelers will be taking advantage of having Monday off. So if you plan to head out of town for the holiday, there are some things to keep in mind. Wisconsin State Patrol says it's already seen an increase in traffic. State Patrol says it's important to slow down and plan ahead so you don't end up speeding. And with this weekend being some people's last chance to get out on the water, officials say to be extra careful when moving your boat.
I know a lot of people are going to try to get out to the lake and rivers. Make sure when you're leaving that your boat's secure and everything is hooked up the way it needs to be, lights and everything.
He adds that drivers should also be aware of construction. Wisconsin's DOT says there will be significant road construction projects in Eau Claire, Jackson, and Monroe counties to look out for. Trooper Chambers also emphasized practicing simple safety measures like wearing your seatbelt. And of course, have fun on your holiday weekend, but officials say to get a ride from someone else if you've been drinking. Ken?
All good tips. Allison Ferget live in studio. Thank you, Allison. A local organization is helping children who have diabetes. Thunder Ride for Juvenile Diabetes is an annual fundraiser hosted by Rod's Rides on Power Sports. Today, Thunder Ride presented a check of almost $40,000 to Gunderson Medical Foundation. Those funds will go toward helping families pay for treatments related to diabetes. Rod's Rides general manager says the fundraiser is something anyone can get behind to help families in need.
We just feel that this is our future, right? The children are our future. It's something that we can always focus on. It's something that everyone can feel near and dear to their hearts.
An additional $12,000 donated to Mayo Clinic Health System. Last year, the event raised around $30,000 for families in the community. An honored tradition is coming back to La Crosse. The 19th annual Steppin' Out in Pink is helping raise money for breast cancer research and patient support programs. Today, t-shirts that were not picked up on some designated days are being mailed to recipients. Additional pickup opportunities will be available at the event at the registration tent. Gunderson Medical Foundation's philanthropy program coordinator says that the event is open to everyone, and even if you attend alone, you can still participate.
If you've never participated before, it's a great event to come to alone. I have had people ask, do they have to be a part of a team? Can they come by themselves? Can they come with a group of 50 people? And the answer to those questions are yes.
Sign up is still open for those who haven't done so. The event kicks off September 14th at 9 a.m. For more information, just head to our digital platforms. It is week number 2 of the Friday Night Frenzy, and Minnesota schools are joining in on the fun for their opening games of the year. News 8 Now sports reporter Cade Overton is across the bridge in La Crescent. Cade, what can we look forward to tonight?
A lot of things to look forward to tonight, Ken. Starting with the weather, I know we were a little wet, a little showers last night in a couple of games, but sun is out, skies are clear, and we're ready to go. And you mentioned it, Minnesota schools getting started, and tonight I'm here at La Crescent as they take on Lake City. La Crescent trying to get off to a better start than they did last year. Hear more from the team coming up later in the show as I talk with head coach Terry Donovan. But for now, Ken, that's back to you.
All right, it looks like a great atmosphere, picture perfect weather behind him. Thank you, Cade. Presidential candidates clarifying their policies. Just roughly 66 days from the general election, Trump and Harris address their positions on some key issues.
This Labor Day weekend only, the Hot Tub and Pool Expo is at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska. Endless pools up to $10,000 off. Above ground pools starting at $140 a month. Hot tub, swim spas, saunas, and above ground pools up to 40% off. This weekend only at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska.
If you're in a nursing home, you only have 5-6 month life expectancy. Almost nobody in a nursing home is in a point to vote.
Listen, Eric Hovde, Mr. Fancy California banker, I earned my retirement, but you said you would absolutely cut Social Security and even raise the retirement age. Now you want to take away our right to vote? Eric Hovde, you're one heck of a jerk. Will never have my vote. DSCC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Get an 11% rebate on everything for your next project at Menards. Enjoy a good night's sleep for less with a new Serta mattress. Shop today and save big. The better the mattress, the better the savings. All Serta mattresses are on sale. Plus, get an 11% rebate. Transform your space with Liquid Defense laminate flooring. It's water resistant, making it a great choice for an active household. Only $149 a square foot after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
The Make It Ford Summer Sales Event is on. So make it your best summer ever with Ford. Get your ideal combination of power and capability. And experience hands-free highway driving technology with Ford Blue Cruise, available on select vehicles. It's the Make It Ford Summer Sales Event. So make it yours. Make it now. Get up to $7,400 in total savings on a new 2024 Ford F-150. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Hot tubs, hot tubs, hot tubs. The Hot Tub and Pool Expo is at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska. This Labor Day weekend only. Huge discounts on Hot Spring and Caldera hot tubs. Hot tubs as low as $79 a month. Hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and above ground pools up to 40% off. This weekend only at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska.
66 days from the presidential election, and both the Harris and Trump campaigns are still trying to clarify their positions on some key issues that could play a big part in the race to the White House. Reporter Michael Yoshida is in Washington with a look at what they're saying and how the campaigns are working to appeal to voters in what's expected to be a very close election.
My values have not changed.
In her first sit-down interview since becoming the Democratic presidential nominee, Vice President Kamala Harris defending her changing policy positions, including flip-flopping on fracking, which could play a role in how voters cast ballots in the battleground state of Pennsylvania, where fracking is a huge employer. In 2019, while running for president, Harris said,
"There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking."
But Harris says that changed in 2020 when she joined the Biden ticket as VP. Adding Thursday, she now believes a clean energy economy can grow without eliminating the practice.
As vice president, I did not ban fracking. As president, I will not ban fracking.
On border security, Harris addressing another reversal from 2019 when she supported decriminalizing illegal border crossings.
We have laws that have to be followed and enforced.
Meanwhile, the Trump campaign adding to widespread confusion over its stance on abortion and reproductive rights. Over the years, Trump has gone from saying he's pro-choice to taking pride in helping overturn Roe v. Wade and saying that states should decide abortion limits. But this week, Trump refused to give a straight answer on how he'll vote on a ballot initiative that would overturn a 6-week abortion ban in Florida.
Well, I think the 6-week is too short. It has to be more time, and so and I've told them that I want more weeks.
He's been very consistent in that. He says he doesn't like just 6 weeks. He obviously doesn't like late-term abortion. I think like a lot of Americans, the president is sort of somewhere else on this issue.
In Washington, I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
Still ahead, recognizing some unsung heroes. Forest Hills Golf Course's historic touch to its new pavilion project.
And unlike last Labor Day, we're not dealing with any heat or humidity. We're dealing with some fantastic weather conditions and dry and quiet through it. I'll break down what those temperatures look like and how long these quiet conditions may last coming up on your First One Weather Update after the break.
Your child's confidence stems from learning and seeing clearly. At Shopko Optical, our professional team will help your child start their journey of confidence by providing quality eye care in a warm and comfortable environment. Schedule their back-to-school exam at shopko.com.
Life has become too expensive. Groceries and gas have gotten out of control, and red tape is killing the economy. But fortunately, our Congressman Derek Van Orden is fighting for solutions to make living more affordable for us in Wisconsin. He's advocating for common sense bills that would make everyday items like gas and groceries more affordable.
Now, Congress has an opportunity to lower costs by cutting red tape. Tell Congressman Van Orden to keep working to lower costs and support the Red Tape Reduction Act.
Whatever you were thinking, think bigger. It's the King Furniture Labor Day sale. Bigger selection and bigger discounts. Get up to 60% off the biggest names in furniture and 0% financing. Whoa, now that's big. Shop our huge inventory of in-stock furniture and have it in your home quick with free delivery. You won't want to miss this. It's the Labor Day sale going on now at King Furniture.
It's Hy-Vee's Labor Day Grill Out Sale this Friday through Monday. Fresh ground beef, just $2.99 a pound. Mouth-watering New York strips, just $5.88. 6-pack bottles of Pepsi products, just $3.48. Party-size Frito-Lay snacks, queso or salsa, just $3.98. Juicy, whole, seedless watermelon, just $2.99 each. And Hy-Vee hamburger or hot dog buns, just $1. Save in-store and online. Friday through Monday, only at Hy-Vee.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Everyday prices are too high. Food, rent, gas, back-to-school clothes. That is called Bidenomics. A loaf of bread costs 50% more today. Ground beef is up almost 50%. There's not much left at the end of the month. Bidenomics is working. The price of housing has gone up. It feels so hard to just be able to get ahead. And we are very proud of Bidenomics.
Everyone's vision needs are unique. At Shopko Optical, our caring team of professionals will work with you to ensure your vision is at its best. Shopko Optical can help you experience every detail, color, and breathtaking sight in clarity.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
A La Crosse golf course is looking to honor some former caddies. The land where Forest Hills Golf Course lies today, it's got a rich history of the sport, and their new pavilion project is looking to recognize it. The course has been around for over a century and formerly occupied by the La Crosse Country Club. Back in the 1920s and the decades following, caddying was a very popular first job for teens. The names of many have been lost with time, so the course is asking the public to reach out if they know a former caddy so that they can be featured with a plaque in the pavilion.
All of these people that I talked to, men and women, they had nothing but great memories and great stories to say and fond memories of how this helped formulate them as an individual and help them become a successful adult.
So Clemens is asking anyone with names of former caddies to reach out to him through the email address on your screen within the next month. And you can also find that email address posted to our website, news8000.com. I'm sure many of us are considering maybe 9 or 18 holes this weekend. I know I'm going to be one of them this weekend because it's going to be a picture-perfect Labor Day weekend. Let's get the details from Greg.
Yeah, compared to that 98 last year on Labor Day, it definitely is going to be much better. We were dealing with hot and dry conditions, even drought this time last year. Now, last night, a lot of areas picked up rain, and some areas were quite dry for the last 2 weeks, especially southern areas down to southwest Wisconsin, northeast Iowa too. But overall, you look at the big picture, where you see that pink, red, you're looking at 2.5, and especially Winona, Trempealeau County, those areas, some areas picked up 4 to 5, and a couple reports of 6 inches too. So, and a lot of areas further south actually picked up 1 to 2. So we needed some of that rain for southern areas. Eau Claire, they picked up a record too. La Crosse also set a record too of 2 inches too. So definitely was a soaker and some heavy rainfall, but we're not seeing any of that this weekend or even next week too. It's going to be dry all 3 days of this weekend, a little bit warmer tomorrow. A cold front kind of brings a little bit cooler air to Sunday and to Labor Day, so we're back in the 70s both days, but still lower humidity. Should be really nice conditions for all 3 days, and this goes on beyond the Labor Day. Right now, there's that front that pushed to the south with all the severe weather and the heavy rainfall, and this front stretches all the way down to almost Texas. It's going to bring some cooler air all the way to the eastern side of the U.S. Meanwhile, with the low up to the north, there's actually another little system up here that's going to be coming through, and that's the one I mentioned that'll drop our temperatures down a little bit more going into Sunday into Monday. But overnight, we're going to wake up with temperatures generally in the 50s, not a little bit above where we should be. We're getting more to the time of year where we should see more 40s for a lot of locations waking up, but otherwise plenty of sunshine as we go throughout the morning hour. And we get to the afternoon, we're going to see the southwest wind pick up as this little cold front begins to approach from the north. That'll allow our temperatures to get a little bit warmer for most areas. For Saturday, we're looking at more in the mid-80s for a lot of the locations. Here comes that little front that may provide a little bit of a cloud cover for areas north of I-94 and perhaps a shower or sprinkle, but that's a very small chance as it comes through Saturday evening. That's about it once it comes through. So those are your temperatures for tomorrow. A little bit above average. We should be upper 70s, low 80s. And then as we go out throughout the next week, that's when we're going to start seeing, there's your cool air that'll come through for the weekend. All the hot conditions stay out west with the high pressure there. We're going to modify those temperatures a little bit by midweek. We'll probably get back up to upper 70s, low 80s. Probably the warmest day next week will be Wednesday, and that still will be just low 80s. And then as we go through Wednesday, we're going to have another front come through and another push of some cooler, more fall-like air probably by the time we get to Thursday and Friday. Now, are we going to see any precipitation with that? Right now, it looks very unlikely. That could change as it kind of dives south. It's not going to pick up a lot of moisture, but that's what we're going to see. So that hot conditions stays out west. We're going to keep the cooler conditions where we are. So if you look at the 8-day forecast there, look at those temperatures really. We're going to be down into the mid-70s by Sunday and Monday. Averages in the upper 70s this time of year. Next week, we do warm up, as I mentioned, to maybe the low 80s. A couple places might get actually mid-80s on Wednesday before that next front comes through, and we cool back down to the mid-70s. And right now, precipitation-wise, none of those two systems look impressive for moisture, so I don't see really a lot of rainfall in the next 10 days, so we'll see. But I think it's a dry stretch after we had, once again, a good soaker. We were short for August about an inch and 7.78 or something like that for La Crosse, and we covered it.
And then
some. Well, we covered it and then some.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Yep. Coming up next in sports, the Lancers get ready to open up their season at home against Lake City. Cade is live from the stadium. He's got head coach Terry Donovan joining him on the other side of the break.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
I was robbed. They tried to run me over with a getaway car. He almost killed me right over here. He was laughing as he fractured my skull.
Amanda's attacker was an illegal immigrant drug dealer arrested twice before, but released by San Francisco DA Kamala Harris.
If Kamala Harris hadn't let him out, this never would have happened to me.
Kamala put violent illegals, convicted felons, back on the streets.
Kamala just doesn't care about protecting people like me.
Make America Great Again Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
It's the final weekend of the huge Labor Day sale at Drury's in Fountain. Your chance to save on the area's finest furniture. Only at Drury's will you find savings this large on top brands like Smith Brothers, Flexsteel, Canadell, and Eckernes. Plus, special financing is available if your purchase is paid in full within 24 months. We'll even pay for your gas just for shopping at Drury's. But you'll have to hurry. It all ends on Monday. The Labor Day sale this weekend at Drury's in Fountain.
Donald Trump's back, and he's out for control.
I would have every right to go after them.
Complete control.
I will wield that power very aggressively.
And he has a plan to get it.
Detailed plans for exactly what our movement will do.
It's called Project 2025, a 922-page blueprint to make Donald Trump the most powerful president ever. Overhauling the Department of Justice, giving Trump the unchecked power to seek vengeance, eliminating the Department of Education, and defunding K-12 schools, requiring the government to monitor women's pregnancies, and severe cuts to Medicare and Social Security. Donald Trump may try to deny it, but those are Donald Trump's plans.
Well, revenge does take time, I will say that. And sometimes revenge can be justified.
He'll take control, we'll pay the price.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
Well, it is week 2 of the Friday Night Frenzy. Some better weather expected for tonight compared to what we ran into for select games last night, so we are pumped up about that. And I'm joined right here by Cade Overton, who's getting ready for kickoff across the bridge as high school football in Minnesota begins tonight. Cade, what do you got?
Here in the Friday Night Frenzy. Now, of course, last week we had all of our Wisconsin high school teams kicking off action, and this week all the Minnesota teams join in as well. A lot of fun, including here at La Crescent High School. The Lancers getting ready to take on Lake City, and now I'm joined by head coach of the Lancers, Terry Donovan. Coach, first week of the season, always a lot of fun. You kind of get the jitters. I'm sure you've been through it a couple of years now. So just what do you tell your guys going into the week and ahead of this game? Because I know you got to get started on the right foot.
Well, go out, have fun. We're going to try to go 1-0 on every play and 1-0 tonight. Go out and enjoy it. This team is, time's fleeting here, so go have fun.
Awesome. I'm sure it'll be easy for them to have fun. I mean, they're playing football. Of course, every kid has fun. Talk to me about this team. I know got off to a little bit of a slow start last year, picked it up. Now we got a new team this year. Who are some of the guys to look out for tonight? Who are some of the guys to keep our eye on?
Well, we got a new quarterback, number 2, Drew Todd, who's really put a lot of work in, and special things are going to happen this year. Easton Stavarius, Leighton Johnson, and Lucas Dykeman are some other captains, and we got some other players that are. Dante Brox is a stud, so we got some good players out here.
Awesome. Appreciate it, Coach. Thank you so much for your time. We're looking forward to seeing the team in action, and best of luck against Lake City.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for being
awesome. All right, we've got a bunch of other games tonight in Minnesota. I mean, the Winona Windhawks, they were in action already today. See their highlights tonight at 10. We've got Rushford Peterson, and, of course, back in Wisconsin, a bunch of other games as well. So tune in tonight at 10 for the Friday Night Frenzy. A lot of great games. So, Jacob, take it away.
Thank you so much, Cade. Good stuff out there. Looking forward to tonight. And Ken, you're back on the sidelines, helping the sports team shoot tonight, so thank you for that. Are you excited to get back in the Frenzy?
Oh, absolutely. How can you not be excited to be a part of the Frenzy? You know, I always will have a soft spot for the sports department, given my past. So you got me going to West Salem tonight, so Toma at West Salem, a fun little matchup. And, yeah, I got to shake the rust off for some sports photography.
There we go. It's going to be fun. Looking forward to a ton of good games tonight. Make sure you check back in with us tonight at 10 for the Friday Night Frenzy.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Holman, so go to Holman if you see me there. Say hi to him. Maybe wave at him or something, or boo him if you don't like him.
Don't distract me from filming the touchdown.
True.
I hate to miss a play.
No, you can't do that. Can't do that. Thanks, Ken.
Yeah. All right. We will have one final look of your Labor Day forecast and, of course, the Friday Night Frenzy forecast tonight right after this.
never should have happened. The Waukesha Christmas Parade attack. 6 Wisconsinites mowed down by Darrell Brooks. Just days earlier, Brooks was arrested for trying to run over his girlfriend with the very same car. But Brooks was released on $1,000 bail. Senator Tammy Baldwin voted against increased funding for pretrial detention of violent criminals, making it easier for criminals like Darrell Brooks to terrorize our communities. Tell Senator Baldwin, violent criminals belong behind bars.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get $3,500 purchase cash on select GMC Sierra models. Or get a total of $6,000 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
There's a side of Eric Hovde you might not know. In his 20s, he was diagnosed with MS, and in that moment, his life and priorities changed. Eric started Hovde Homes. Hovde Homes rescue abandoned children from sex trafficking and slavery. For children who never experienced real love, Hovde Homes offer the love, care, and support they need to heal. MS changed Eric's life, and thousands of children are alive today because of it.
There's been more than a few changes over the years. But if there's one thing that hasn't changed, it's our commitment. 70 years and counting. Thanks for watching.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
All right, game time conditions. What do you guys guess? Touchdown, right?
Oh, absolutely. This whole weekend, touchdowns for days.
Boom. Ooh, got it. Yes. So, yeah, definitely going to be great conditions. Mid-70s, low 70s start. All the areas will get down into the 60s by halftime, maybe the upper 50s and the 60s near the end of the game. But overall, you really can't beat these conditions, too. And it continues through Labor Day. Albeit a slight cool down for Sunday and Monday, still fantastic weather.
All right, so join us at 10 for the Friday Night Frenzy, local football, Badger football, and even some Brewers highlights. We'll see you then.